Before we get started, I just want to thank everybody that went on down to KitaSaid.com. We sold out of products, and before I fled the country, because I had to stay away for a little bit, a lot of you guys were like, where you at?
I really want to get back into reality recaps.
Which I will be dropping a couple episodes this week because, oh my God, y'all, the new episode of Love After Lockup. Oh my God. But anyways, prior to that, we got an influx of orders. It's only like me and a couple people. I don't have like this huge team and this big warehouse, right? And so we tried to get as many out as possible. I fled the country because I needed a mental health break. Sometimes you just need to run the away. So I fled the country, and a couple of you didn't receive your items. So not only did I refund everybody that didn't receive their items, I'm still sending your order to you because I just want to say thank you. You could support anybody. You're choosing to support me. You who didn't receive your product, I think it was like 22 people. I sent the refund. You're getting your money back. And on top of getting your money back, you will receive your order. So I'm working on that today, y'all. Gotta work my 9 to 5, okay? Okay, I don't want any threats in my DMs. I'm already getting enough. You guys, we have got to talk about this Marvin sapp situation. We just have to. It wouldn't be Kita Said It if I didn't say it, and I have a lot to say about it. So Marvin sapp just recently went viral because a clip of him had resurfaced. Apparently this wasn't recent. It was like back in July. A clip resurfaced where he was aggressively asking a congregation for money.
Ushers, close the doors. There's 1,000 of you tonight. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight.
He was aggressively doing so. I made a video where I called it kidnapping because when you are closing the doors and preventing people from leaving, I don't know, call me crazy, sounds like kidnapping to me, looks like kidnapping to me, okay? If it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck, then I flock. Okay, period. First of all, if you don't know who Marvin sapp is, he's a gospel singer. You might have heard the song,
Never would have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me.
y'all, I love that song. Honestly, I'm still gonna stream the song. I'm still gonna support Marvin. One thing Marvin can do is sing. Hello, he can sing. So I'm still gonna support Marvin, still gonna support the song. I'm not going to any church that they allow him to preach at. That's not gonna happen, but I like when people do what they're good at. I'm good at talking. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to teach you guys how to cook. Okay, that's not my expertise. He's good at singing. I don't know why. Is he ordained? Is he a pastor? He's a bishop. Let me know in the comments the difference between a bishop and a preacher. Is a bishop under a preacher? Anyways, let's move on. Let me know in the comments, y'all. So USA Today did an article that says renowned gospel artist Marvin sapp is responding to criticism over the resurfaced clip. And let me go ahead and play the clip.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
So it says that the clip shows him telling church ushers to close the door while asking for donations in what some would say was an overly aggressive manner. Abso-damn-lutely. First of all, I cannot stand when we sweep things under the rug just because it involves the church. If anything, this is the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing, right? What Christians are supposed to be doing, or those a part of any type of religious organization. You stand for love, respect, honoring the Lord, right? Helping others see the goodness that's within our God. But then somebody a part of the church is called out for things like this, kidnapping. Whenever there's heinous allegations being made, the first thing the church want to do is, this is church business. See, I have a problem with that because when it's everyone else, the church gets involved in their business, right? They want to be in the business of homosexuality, LGBTQ, fast women, and girls having babies and doing all this. They want to be involved in their community when it comes to that, but the community cannot be involved in church business. And I think that with any good relationship, right, it's a give or take. With any good relationship, even the relationship you have with God should be like a give, right? God gives us grace. God gives us things. God blesses us. And we give him praise. We give him worship. We give tithes and offerings. That's what we were taught. But Yikes. It just seems like now the church, and I won't say all churches, because I know people in the comments will be like, well, I go to Greater Tabernacle of 10th Street. And I'm not talking about your specific church, or maybe I am, but it seems like the churches nowadays want to take. It seems like the churches nowadays are fashion shows and reality TV shows. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of money being made. There's Versace suits and Rolexes and private jets and appearances with celebrities, secular celebrities, which is funny because are you ministering to them? Why are you with them? Secular celebrities, but there's not a lot of giving back to the communities. The same community and the same congregation that supports you. But let me stop going on rant. Let me get back to my first rant and not go on a tangent because I tend to do that. Those who know me know. It says the controversy stems from a viral video in which Sapp speaks in front of the congregation at the 109th Pentecostal Assemblies for the World Convention in Baltimore, Maryland in July. In the video, he called on to churchgoers and he called on to the people online. He said, there's 1,000 of you sitting here. There's 1,000 of you online. We need $40,000. He said, ushers, close the doors. Praise him in advance. Ushers, close the doors. Let me tell you something. My mother was the first one who taught me to get up and get out of there, right? If something didn't sit right in my spirit, get up and get out. It doesn't matter your loyalty to the church. I've been going here 10 years. It doesn't matter your loyalty to the pastor, but the pastor said, get up and walk out if something in your spirit feels off. And that would have fell off to me. That would have really fell off. Close the doors.
Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Close them damn doors. Close the door. Yo, hey, all right. Ushers, close them mother doors.
I would have been like, oh no. See, the ushers would have been so confused because as Marvin was asking, telling, demanding them to close the door, I would have been right there, right by the usher, open them doors.
Close the door.
Open the door.
Close the doors.
Usher, I said open this damn door. Hey, it's about to get sticky up in here, okay? Praise him.
I don't like to be confined, bro. I don't like small spaces, bro. Let me out. I don't like it. And so a lot of people, of course, you know, you're gonna have those saints that are like, well, y'all didn't even see the whole sermon. Before you judge something, see the whole thing. And I wholeheartedly agree. Before I judge something, I want to go and I want to see the whole thing because maybe we just got a part of it. You know, we just seen a clip. It seemed like he was aggressive. Maybe he was irritated. Maybe something happened. Let's go and watch the sermon. And so I did. I watched and it made it worse. It made it worse. When you go and you watch the full thing, it makes it worse because then you realize they had already collected offering. You know, I had people arguing with me in my comments like, oh, well, you must not go to church because in traditional church fashion, when offerings, you know, are happening, they don't want people going in or out. So they will ask for the doors to be closed. That's not the problem. I don't think it would have went viral. I don't think it would have went viral if Marvin was like, close the doors. And that was it. What went viral was the fact that he wouldn't stop. He was very aggressive. He said, close the doors like 50 times.
Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
And it gave off, you're not going anywhere until we get our money, until we receive the 40,000. That's what was implied. That's how I felt watching it. Like, oh, those people aren't going to get to go anywhere. In fact, in the clip, you can hear Marvin saying, we're all going to leave at the same time. Huh?
We all gonna leave together?
I can't listen, BS. Well, I don't know when you're leaving. I'm going to leave when I want to leave. Whenever I want to leave, that's free will, right? I have control over my body. I'm going to leave whenever I want to leave. You can stay here and continue to yell at the congregation, okay? But I'm not. I'm not going to stay for it. I'm not going to stand for it. Because what you'll see, right, and what my mother taught me when she decided in the middle of a sermon to get up and walk out was that you're not going to bully me into giving you money for your own personal gain. And I call them saints. I don't know what else to call them. some churchgoers were like, well, church is a business. It costs a lot to keep the lights on. Absolutely. But you know what? If you, as a pastor, own a $99 million church, and so your water bill is $450 million, whatever, then maybe you need to scale down. That's what you would give. That's the advice any financial advisor would give you. If your church needs a parking lot and it's going to cost $20,000 and you can't afford to raise $20,000 or you can't get $20,000 without intimidating your congregation, give up your $20,000 watch. Pawn it. Pawn some of your Versace outfits. Pawn it. Maybe you don't need a 5,000 person parking lot. Maybe you talk to the contractors and you guys can afford a $2,000 parking lot. And you know what? If you preach that well, and if the sermon's good, and if every time you preach, the Holy Spirit hits them, then they'll walk. They'll park down the street. They'll come. The people will come. The people will flock. Sitting up here and intimidating. A lot of people don't like that I use the word intimidating. A lot of people don't like that I use the word kidnapping. People said that it was like, that's okay, you're overdoing it. But literally, I think that was overly aggressive. I think it was unnecessary. Ricky Smiley was like, people are saying, lock the door. He didn't say lock the door. He didn't have to. Close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door 1,000,000 times.
Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
And then saying, y'all will be all right. Y'all will be all right. We're going to all leave together. That implies you're not going to get out of here until I get out of here. And I'm not going to get out of here until $40,000 are raised. So what are we going to do? He didn't have to say lock the damn doors. He didn't have to. One Twitter user said Marvin Sapp would have got Marvin slapped had he have done that in their presence, right? Another Twitter user said,
Never would have paid it to you. I don't give a damn. This is my money and it is for me.
I don't care. Absolutely not. So then Marvin responds. Something that caught me off guard when I read the article was that USA Today said, although collecting donations and tithes has long been a tradition in black churches, the video has sparked plenty of interest. And it's like, guys, I've never went to a white church. Comment down below if you've been to a white church. Do they give tithes? Do they not? Are the pastors just wealthy, or is that privilege? Like what? Is it only in black churches? Because I also seen a clip that went viral of two white women discussing what goes on in black churches, and I'd like to know what black church they've been a part of. But they also say that like this is a black tradition. Do only black churches give tithes and offerings? Is that only happening in the black church? Comment down below. So it says, in a statement on his Facebook page on Wednesday, Sapp provided additional context behind his request for money. He said, as a minister, fundraising was a part of his job at the International Convention, calling it stewardship rather than manipulation. Some have taken issue, this is Marvin, this is quotes, some have taken issue with a particular moment when I instructed the ushers rather firmly to close the doors during the offering. To those unfamiliar with the church context or may not regularly attend worship gatherings, this has been misinterpreted. And it's even that. For those of you who, may not go often, that is one of those microaggressions that churchgoers will say, well, maybe you ain't been in a while. Where you been, sisters? Been a minute. I've been cultivating my own relationship with the Lord. Because a lot of the things y'all say God said, he ain't say to me. This has been misinterpreted as holding people hostage, as well as offensive, and that was never my intent. Finances are being received in any worship gathering, and that it is one of the most vulnerable and exposed times for both the finance and the security teams. Okay, that's why they close the doors. Movement during this sacred exchange can be distracting at times and even risky. My directive was not about control. It was about creating a safe, focused, and reverent environment for those choosing to give and for those handling the resources. The problem I'm having is that offerings were already being taken earlier. Offerings had already been given earlier. The pastor came up. He said he was going to sow a seed for $800, I think. He was challenging 12 people to give $800. So it had already happened, right? We already damn, is it a shakeup? Because also you guys are going to direct me to the gift table where I got to buy Bibles and different pens and books that they've written. Y'all are also going to direct me there after church is over. So you're making sure, is parking paid for, or do I have to pay for parking? Y'all are going to make sure that you get all your money. Offerings had already been taken. I have no problem with you asking for a double offering. All right? You're asking for more tithes. Cool. Then just ask. That one time. Close the door.
Close the doors.
Close the doors. Hey, you guys, we're about to start giving. If you want to stay, or if you guys want to give some more, we really need this $40,000. I'm asking you, those of you online, this is very, very serious to our church. We really, guys, we need to pay for this. If you felt something in your spirit today, if we spoke a good word and gave you a good sermon today, we want to continue to do so. Please help us with your donation. Those of you who want to walk away, who want to walk out and go eat, we get it. Hey, thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Tell your friends. We want more people. Come for next year. Whatever. You guys can leave. Well, wait. Those of you who want to stay, we really, really need this, and we really, really appreciate you guys. Maybe that, right? But close the door, close the door, close the damn door, close the door. Close the door. I don't know. It was inappropriate. And I get it. Maybe I don't attend regularly. You know what? I live in Dallas, and I did attend a church regularly until the pastor started getting crazy allegations against him. And then I said, no, thank you. No, not for me. Marvin made a joke.
Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
We're going to go enjoy a meal. I don't understand black pastors that don't get this. After your 9th hour preaching, we're hungry. Let us eat snacks in the pews. Let us bring water. I know you don't want to mess up the floor. I know you don't want gum stuck on I get it. But there's a reason why old black ladies keep the little candies. We're hungry. You've been talking forever. We got the word. We received the word. We comprehend the word. We flipped it back. We reversed it. But we put our thing down, flipped it, and reversed it. We got it. Can we leave? And so for you to say, all y'all gonna do is eat, yes. We're hungry, yes. We want to leave. It seems like these pastors want more money, more attention, and more fame. That's what they're after. So I'm not saying don't go to church, right? I think that you should find the best church for you. I think that you should follow the best pastor for you. I'm never going to tell somebody not to love the Lord or this is why I don't talk about Christians. I don't do that. Because you're not going to stop me from loving the Lord. These people these false prophets aren't going to make me hate the Lord. So that's just what it is. But this is why people are steering clear of churches. Maybe you can go watch online, $10 when you can. But this is why the people don't want to come anymore. Because it's a bunch of hypocrisy. Not all churches, but it's a lot of hypocrites out here that are battling their own demons. Supposed to believe that you guys just have demons that can't be, casted out? Are you working on casting some of them out or what? They're just chilling. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap this up because I can really go. I really, really can go for days. And for those of you that support me and love me, thank you so much for watching another episode of Unmedicated and Educated with Keita Rose. I'm Keita Rose. And until next time, I will Holy Ghost holla.